Good afternoon, Year 4. So this week and for the next few weeks, I'm going to be helping out in Year 4 by teaching the science lessons. Okay, so you're going to be seeing a little bit more of me over the next few weeks. So today in science, we are going to be finishing off our flow all about the digestive system. So I'm going to share with you now some slides and I'd like you to have a go at the tasks in hand. Okay. So what we're learning about then in science, we've been learning all about the body and we've been learning all about how our digestive system works. That is how food starts here and moves through our bodies. Okay, so I've been watching a couple of the lessons that Miss Terry's already done with you, and it looks like you've had loads of amazing tasks to complete. So what we're going to be doing today is moving on to our extending task. And I'd like you to have a go at explaining how each of these pictures can be used to help someone to understand the process of digestion. So if you have a look at each picture, it's showing you a different thing. So we've got a potato being mashed. We've got a blender that blends up all the food. We've got a concrete mixer that turns cement like this, okay, before it's put onto a building site to stop it from going hard and setting. Then we've got the stem of a plant and a hose pipe. So how can these 5 pictures help us to understand the process of digestion? So if you are watching this at home, you can pause this now while you have a think or talk to your adult or write it down. It's completely up to you. And then when you are finished, we'll go through some ideas. So then the first thing, we put food into our mouths. It has to be broken down into smaller pieces, doesn't it? And we do this using our teeth. We chew the food up because we couldn't swallow it whole. Our throat isn't big enough to swallow these pieces whole. So they have to be made smaller. And we do this by chewing. So the potato masher kind of represents the idea that the food is being mashed up into smaller pieces. Okay, so I've just started you off. Your job now is to explain how the other pictures can be used to help someone understand the process of digestion. So we're going to start with the potato masher. Then we're going to move to the blender. Then the cement mixer. Then the plant stem. And then the hose pipe. So if you do it in that order, it can help you to explain how food moves through our bodies. Okay? The next task then, this is what I'm expecting to see back in from you. Okay, so this is the work I'd like you to complete at home and send back into us, please. Some people have a disease which is called celiac disease, and this disease makes it very difficult for their bodies to digest food containing something called gluten. Your task today is to research and find out more about this condition. So the key questions that we need to think of then: what is gluten? Which foods does which foods can gluten be found in? And what happens when somebody with this condition, celiac disease, eats gluten? Okay, so our key questions again: what is gluten? Which foods contain gluten? And what happens when someone with this condition eats gluten? Okay, and I've been going to give you 3 different ways to answer this task. Okay, so you can choose one of the 3 ways to record your findings. You can imagine you are a doctor who has just discovered that your patient has celiac disease. You can either make a short video or a remote audio recording for them to explain what it is. So you'll need to explain what celiac disease is, how eating gluten can affect them, and what foods they need to avoid. Okay, you can do this by making a video or an audio recording and sending it in. Or you could write a letter. So you can do this either by handwriting it and taking a photograph and sending it in, or you can do it on Google Docs and send it in to us. Okay, so you can type it up or handwrite it. It's up to you. So write a letter to your patient explaining what celiac disease is, what gluten is, and what will happen if they eat food containing gluten. So you need to advise them about which foods they need to avoid eating. Or the third option, Can you design a poster that could be put up on the notice board in a doctor's surgery? And remember, your poster is going to need to give people lots of information about celiac disease. So you'll need to make it really bright, really colourful and informative, maybe include some pictures. But again, your poster must tell us what celiac disease is, what gluten is, how gluten affects a person with celiac disease, and what foods need to be avoided. So you've got 3 different options there about how to record your findings. Okay, so when you're finished, send it in to your class teacher, and we are really looking forward to seeing all of your brilliant work. Okay, so thank you very much, and we will look forward to seeing what you produce over the next few days. Bye.